Hey everyone, Hurricane 810K here. Just to give you a quick overview of a new purchase, a Colt 6450 9mm Carbine. I've been toying with the idea of purchasing one of these for quite a while and managed to snag this one for $909 from hkspecialist.net, which I thought was a pretty good deal considering most of these have been showing up on the boards for anywhere between $1,100 and $1,300. Give you a quick overview. Obviously, at first glance, it looks pretty much identical to any other M4 out there on the market. Basically, what Colt did is they take a standard M4 lower receiver, they drill two holes in the lower, they insert a special 9mm magazine insert. Obviously, they use a 9mm barrel, and they kind of change the upper receiver around. They put this fancy 9mm shell buffer on it, chop the dust cover, and they use a special 9mm bolt carrier assembly. You see it's an A1 style upper receiver, very simplistic in design, especially when it comes to the rear sight, as there's no provision for elevation. It's strictly windage adjustment only. A few of the things you get with this rifle from Colt: you get two of the factory Colt 32 round 9mm magazines. Obviously, you get the wonderful Colt manual. Kind of cheesy nylon sling, but hey, it's free. 3-piece segmented cleaning rod, chamber brush, and bore brush. I don't recommend using the segmented cleaning rods due to the fact that if they're bent or tweaked in any way, you can possibly nick your bore. Not so much of a big deal with a blaster like this, but definitely when you're using precision rifles, I'd stay away from those segmented rods. Breakdown is identical to a standard M4 AR-15. Let the bullet go hold on an empty chamber. Pop out the rear push pin. Pop out the front push pin. And separate the upper and lower receivers. Here you can clearly see the special 9mm magazine insert that Colt uses, along with the two roll pins holding it in place. Now, some other companies such as CMGG, I know they're making a one-piece assembly where it doesn't actually use an insert, it's just machined into the lower receiver. Another difference is the special 9mm hammer that they installed to make use with the special 9mm bolt carrier assembly. Here you can see the magazine, when inserted, activates the bolt catch. I know in the past different 9mm rifles had issues. You know, some use modified Sten mags, modified Uzi mags, and there's a handful of fly-by-night companies out there, and not all of them seem to actuate the bolt catch. But from what I understand, the factory Colt system works fairly well, and I haven't heard of any issues with the last round bolt hold not working. Another difference is the buffer assembly is much heavier than a standard AR-15 M4 due to the fact that it's a blowback design and not a gas operated. I should probably weigh one of these compared to a standard one just to give you an exact weight difference, but just by feeling in my hand I can tell there's definitely a lot more heft in this than a standard AR-15 M4 H2 buffer. Couple things different with the 9mm bolt carrier assembly. You can see that the key is different, as it doesn't have the provision for the gas tube. Obviously, the face of the bolt carrier is machined to accept the 9mm cartridges. And you can see the heavy-duty roll pin in the back. I'm not sure if that's tungsten or what it is, but it's a very heavy insert in the back to add mass due to the blowback design. One thing that is a little bit different than a standard, get a Q-tip here to push out this firing pin retaining pin. Firing pin is a little bit different design than a standard AR-15 M4, and plus it has a spring in there. I'm guessing the spring is to somehow prevent the slam fires due to the inertia and the mass from the blowback system. You know, again, I'm not giving you an exact spec of the weight difference, but this is definitely has some more heft in it due to that heavy insert that's in the rear of the bolt carrier assembly. What does this have in store for me? Well, you can see from most of my other videos, I'm kind of into the short-barreled rifle and suppressor thing. So I'll be registering this as a short-barreled rifle. What I plan on doing is put in an A4 or build my own upper assembly. I'll use a A4 upper receiver. I'll probably use one of the Tros, the Riddle Steel 5-inch 3-lug barrels. Probably be going with the Knight's Armament, probably medium length ras, about 9 inches. And then I can use my SWR QD3K MP5 3-lug suppressor until I manage to snag another dedicated suppressor for this. I'm real big on having dedicated weapon systems. I know a lot of guys, due to cost and whatnot, they like to have interchangeability between their suppressors and uppers and lowers, but I'm more of the dedicated realm, so this will have definitely a dedicated upper receiver and a suppressor mated to the system. Obviously you can see marked Colt AR-15 9mm carbine. Some of the other ones, going back to the modularity, some will say multi-caliber. That way if you guys register them as a short-barreled rifle, you know, they can put multi, so they can use 45, 9mm, 5.56, whatever they want. Again, I'm kind of more of the dedicated realm, so this will strictly be a 9mm SBR. Some other things, nothing too crazy. 4-position collapsible buttstock. So yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, that's pretty much it is what it is. An M4 variant and 9mm carbine. I'll show you too that there's no provision, since it is a blowback assembly. There's no provision for a gas tube in the upper receiver. So when you take the handguards off, you can notice the lack of a gas tube going into the upper receiver. I've had this rifle for a couple weeks now. I haven't had a chance to get out and shoot it yet, but I'll probably shoot it a couple times in this current configuration, then I'll probably put it away and I'll wait for my paperwork to come back, and then we'll assemble it into the more little trick style with the short barrel and the suppressor. Be looking to mount an aim point comp ML2 on it. And with that 5-inch barrel, it's basically going to have the ballistics of a pistol. So I'll be looking to shoot 147 grain subsonics out of it. Probably give me a max range of about 75 yards or so. All in all, it'll be a fun blaster when it's completed, and it'll save me some wear and tear in the MP5s, considering, you know, this was about a fifth or sixth of the cost of the MP5s. Well, anyway, like I said, nothing too exciting of a review, but it gives you a little bit of a snapshot into this Colt 6450 9mm carbine.